But one of them, Caiaphas, who was high priest that year, said to them, "You know nothing, nor do you consider that it is better for you that one man should die instead of the people, so that the whole nation may not perish." A leader thinks for the good of her group, his clan, her organization, or his nation. More often than not, leaders do not consider the good of all. They want success and safety only for the people under their leadership. Their concern is how to be religiously or politically correct, or how to maintain political, economical, or social stability. Their decision is biased. They do not act righteously. Only a handful of leaders were able to rise above it and do what pleases God. Only God thinks for the good of all. Today we see the case of Caiaphas, the high priest, who saw the need for Jesus to be sacrificed so that the whole nation may not die. Yet what he saw was only superficial. He was only concerned for the physical safety of the nation. God also sees the need for the salvation of His people, but God concerns not just their lives. God wants to save their souls. Jesus, who is God, also saw the need to save all, but He was not like Caiaphas. While Caiaphas was willing to do whatever it takes, even to the point of sacrificing the life of an innocent person without giving him a fair trial, Jesus was willing to sacrifice Himself for the salvation of all. This is the mark of true leadership. Caiaphas occupied the seat of Moses, the spiritual leader of the whole of Israel. Jesus did not occupy such a privileged position. In fact, many times He refused being made a king by His people. An earthly king receives the best services of his people. Jesus did not come to be served, but to serve. His leadership is a servant leadership. The last thing He did was to wash the feet of His followers out of love for them. Hence, Jesus' leadership is also marked by exemplary actions. Jesus led by examples. He said, "Do this in memory of me." Jesus' leadership is also an intimate style of leadership, one that centers around communing together in meals, whether an earthly meal or a heavenly banquet. Jesus' leadership is also visionary. The vision of Jesus is not some kind of a blueprint or a plan or even the vision of heaven per se. The vision of Jesus is the Father's will. As a human being, Jesus did not see many things and was somewhat limited in what He saw. Yet His vision was to fulfill the will of His Father. The Father's vision anchors and shapes the style and direction of Jesus' leadership. As a leader, Jesus took time to communicate His vision. Countless times He explained about doing the Father's will and facing the cross. Jesus did not sugarcoat the reality but made it clear the demand of following Him. Jesus' leadership used many day-to-day examples to help people understand His vision. As a leader, Jesus was very patient on His followers. Even though they disappointed Him and left Him all alone to face His cross, He was still confident that one day they would live up to His expectation. Jesus' leadership is also a leadership of freedom. Leaders often make their authority felt by punishing their subjects. These leaders led by fear and put shackles on the people. The Pharisees used fear by putting heavy religious burdens on the people, and the Romans placed heavy taxes on them and severe punishments such as crucifixion for serious offenders. Jesus, however, liberated people from their shame. He forgave their sin. He cast out their fear by radiating His perfect love into their lives. Jesus' leadership is a leadership of mercy and compassion. How could we not follow such a charismatic, compassionate leader like Jesus? Is there a better leader whom we can imitate but Jesus?